And today's rain is further compromising the flooding here on Toronto Island. We're on Ward Islands. Now, this is usually a grassy area that many of the residents say they're used to walking around. But if you take a look around at the island, many of these areas are indeed flooded. And we're saying that it just gets worse and worse as you go from island to island. And we're hearing that, we're learning that these flooded areas have gotten worse with today's rainfall as well as the wind.
Friday there was a breach here. That breach is much bigger now, and so the lake really has come in and on the island road between Gibraltar Point and Hanlan's. We also know that a similar breach has now come in at 1:30 this afternoon in our report at the Center Island beach, and so we know now that there's now 2 breaches of the land, of the lake coming into the land and the land dissipating.
Pat McConnell tells us there have not been any evacuations on the island yet, and they're hoping they don't have to get to that point as long as there is sewer water and electricity. The problem is the pumps on this island can't keep up with all the rain.
We're pumping as fast as we can to keep the water out of the homes and out of our infrastructure, which is quite effective, but it's an ongoing battle. We are continuing to sandbag areas, but we're finding that, again, with the wind and waves that we're seeing today, those waves are just rolling over the islands. We're seeing sections breach, which means the lake is going right over and into other parts of the island. So the lake has full action into the Toronto Islands in a number of areas.
Now, only residents can access the island at this point. Some are trying to make the best of a bad situation. The Rectory Cafe here has an event tonight, but organizers have had to get creative with how patrons access it. Yeah. So tell me what you guys are doing now. In order for people to get to the restaurant,
we're putting planks up here so people can get across and not have to get in the water. And most people were told to have sensible shoes. Yeah, so because that's how we do it. And that in the old days they would do that between barrels sometimes. Like the barrels would be so big. And look at this cameraman can even handle it.
Now, water from the city tells me as water from the northern part of the city slows down that there could be even more flooding in the next 24 and 48 hours. They told me in total they have about 25,000 sandbags deployed throughout the island.